In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a good looking and professional presentation using a tool called Gamma.app. So this is probably one of the best tools on the internet to create a presentation within minutes. And the best part, you just need to provide very little information and then the rest will be done by AI, including searching for images and even designing the slides. So let me show you on how you can use Gamma.app. First, let's go to Gamma.app, and by the way, the link will be available in the video description if you want to create a new account. And then here, click Create New, and you have multiple ways to provide a document. You can copy and paste the text. You can also just provide or upload the document from your computer or from Google Drive account. And also, it is possible to to provide a document from a web page or blog post if you want to. But for this example, I'll try to use a simple technique, which is using the generate method. So this is quite easy because I can just provide a simple topic or prompt and then AI will do the rest. And then here, you want to make sure that you select presentation. And by the way, this process would be more or less the same, even though if you're searching the document from other areas, but just follow around and you'll see that it is similar. Now, you can select the number of slides of the document. You can create up to 10 different slides. But if you're subscribing to the Plus or Pro subscription, you can get more limits. So if you are using a free account, you can only create up to 10 slides per document, which is fine in my opinion. And after that, you can select the aspect ratio of the document. So generally, I think traditional, which is 16:9 aspect ratio, is quite popular, but the default option is actually pretty good because it will adapt to the screen size. So if you're presenting to a smaller screen, it will adapt. If you're presenting to a bigger or taller screen, it will adapt nicely. So I personally recommend using default, but if you prefer to use a more rigid aspect ratio, you can do that as well. And here for the language, I guess I'm gonna go with English. And you can describe what is the topic that you want AI to create in the presentation. So here I have no idea what I want to create, so I will try to use some examples in this area. So there is an example, let's say for quantum computing. Let's try that and click generate outline. So basically we're not creating the presentation yet. This is for the outline, essentially just the draft of the presentation before actually designing the whole document. And you can actually do an editing if you feel like the outline is not enough or there is something that you want to change. You can always click on the area and then you can basically just type anything. This is really just a simple text box. But let's say I'm satisfied with the outline and I will move on with the next step. If you scroll down, you can actually set a theme for the presentation. You can click view more to see even more options, and there are actually plenty of themes and I think they do look pretty beautiful. So I will try to use something that looks simple but professional. Let's try maybe using this one. Okay, click select theme. And here you can adjust the intensity of the text in the slide. You can make it brief or medium or detailed. Now, of course, I think brief and medium are the best. It's usually not very common to have a lot of text in the presentation, but if that is something that you're looking for, then go for it. Use the detail option, but I'll stick with medium. And here you can select the image source. So you can choose to use images from AI, or you can also use image from stock photos, from web search, from anything basically. But my favorite option is usually automatic because it will let AI to decide what is the source, the best source for the image. I think that's the best option for me. And then there's this advanced mode, which is, well, I would say not quite important. I think most of the times you don't need it, but in case you do, this is where you can specify the target audience. You can also specify the tone of the text and other settings that not available in the basic setting. And also you can add some extra prompt to AI in this area. But again, I think I'm quite happy with the basic setting. So after that, after you're happy with everything, you can click continue. And remember, it will cost you some credits. And yeah, it's also asking me again to pick a theme, but let's click continue. I will click generate. And now it will create the presentation based on all the settings and also the info that I have provided. And this will take quite a while. I think it will take usually about 2 to 5 minutes depending on the length of the presentation. And what's unique about it is that you can actually see the progress in real time. You can see AI doing all the editing and designing the whole presentation. I plan to create 10 different slides, so it might take maybe just 1 or 2 minutes, and not to mention the topic is actually quite simple. So I'll just show you the rest. I'm not going to skip over this video so you can see everything, how fast this AI really is. And by the way, I'm using a free account. So what I like about Gamma is that it's not really locking any feature most of the time. I think 90% of all the features are available even though you're using the free account. And there you go. You can still add more slide, but that slide cannot be created by AI. I mean, you have to create a new slide, but it is not from the initial generation. So this is the result, and you might notice that there are some images that are not showing up. That's quite common, and that's usually because my internet is very slow, or maybe the link or the source of the image just doesn't work. But that's basically it. And of course, there are many things that you can do. You can always change the theme, change the color of the presentation. You can also do some editing, insert more elements into the presentation. You can look at this area, this section, or the right side of the screen. There are many things that you can add into the slide. And I'm not going to cover all of that in this video. It's going to make the video too long. And also, it is possible to download the document as a PDF, PowerPoint, or even Google Slides. I actually have talked about that on my previous video. If you want to see more details or complete tutorials on how to do that, you can check my channel. But that's essentially it. That's how you can create a simple and yet good looking professional presentation using Gamma.app. Now, if you find this video to be useful, then feel free to subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see more videos like this one and want to see some AI news in the future, also subscribe to this channel. And that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a great day.